Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, and today I'll work on doing the quest victory, going through the Craftworld Aeldari, because I was requested to remake this video since some of the original quest victories are not very good quality, as I didn't have a very good microphone at that time. It's pretty hard to understand what I'm saying, and I also had quite a bit of mods on there that were also changing some of the original gameplays. And because they've released so much DLC, there's also more factions and things that are available that were not able to be experienced on the other playthrough. So I figure we'll just go ahead and get that remade here. As always, I'm going to be playing on the impossible difficulty. So what that's going to do is cause every enemy faction to have 100 loyalty in each of their cities, so effectively that's going to increase their resource production, their overall unit production, and then of every unit, including the cities that they make, it'll start out at level 5, which will be a significant buff to their abilities. The maximum level you can have on units is 10 in this game, but when you go up in levels it dramatically increases the HP survivability of units, so that can definitely be tough, because in this game you definitely want to wipe out squads so they don't continue to progress with their levels. So eventually we'll be able to overwhelm them. I set the landmass to very high, game pace to very fast, huge world size, but unfortunately the huge world is really meant for 8 players, so once you start adding one of every faction, which I like to do just because I never know who's going to be our main opponent, that can lead to a very tight quarters for the start. So if you're really struggling on the impossible difficulty, you probably want to go down on players on what you're going to do. But I'm going to put myself as neutral, so no advantage or disadvantage present. Everything else, I have all the DLC activated except for the last one, because I just don't think it's worth the money. I think, you know, that's, if you want to get my recommendations on what DLC I recommend, I actually have a video about that, because certainly the DLC in this game, it tends to be more expensive and probably not worth it for a lot of them, unless you're looking for certain factions. Because some of the DLC does give you key units, which is always kind of bad to have something behind a play wall like that. And then obviously any faction DLC. If you're going to buy this game, I would strongly recommend that you buy all the faction DLC so you can add every faction here, because that definitely, I think, is worth the price. And then the Lord of Skulls probably isn't, but since I bought it, I'll keep it activated. As we are going for a quest victory, you want to have this activated. If you are not trying to get a quest victory when you're playing through this game, make sure you unclick this box, or else it'll automatically start the quest path. And that can cause you to end up winning and therefore ending your campaign before you'd want to, because there's 2 different endings in this game. And if you need more information about that, I do have playlists kind of going through the mechanics. But you can get a quest victory or a total map conquest victory, and the stories are just fairly different there. But if you wanted to get the full experience for every faction, technically you'd want to beat it twice. Everything is sent to medium here, standard technology. The only things I do decrease is I decrease the wire weed to very low, because the AI seems to struggle with that, and that can really slow down movement on the maps, and it's just kind of boring to have to build your construction units to sit there and clear difficult terrain. And then, like I said, if there's a bunch of wireweed blocking a path and the AI doesn't understand how to remove it, so it just will either avoid that path or just go over it with aircraft, so it just unnecessarily slows things down. Likewise, I decrease the Imperial Ruins and the forest densities and the river density, just to make this map go quite a bit quicker. Now, it's not quite as important when you're doing a quest victory, because you're usually going to be staying within your corner of the map, just completing objectives. But if you're going to try to go for a total map victory, this can definitely save you probably 30 turns over the course of a game, like if you're going to have every faction on there. So if you want to expedite things, it'll definitely be a lot faster. It can also make it a little bit harder, paradoxically, too, because, you know, the Imperial Ruins of Forest, those also give you range damage reduction if you can hide your units in there, and allow you to sneak up on the AI bases and do like ambush attacks. So there's definitely a little bit of a downside by doing this, but that's typically what I like to do. And as you can see, everything else is set to medium. So I guess I'll just give a brief overview of the children of the Asuryani here. Asuran, whatever I'm not sure. Yeah, but the Aeldar. Once I'm done with this quest playthrough, I'll do a how to play Aeldari, upload a video on that too, where I kind of go through everything in depth. But kind of the basics are, it says it's a medium challenge for the initial challenge. I think that's probably overly generous. I think they're actually pretty challenging early on, because they're glass cannons. You have to use the Webway gates, so just like these in the Drukhari, you can't found new cities unless you have a Webway gate, and the AI will be moving around destroying all those Webway gates, so you'll usually want to try to capture at least 2 or 3 of them minimum to be able to have any sort of good economy to be able to push, because if you get less than that, you're going to really struggle to get your units out. You have the remnants of the fall, which means you have reduced city growth rate, which can be very difficult to deal with at the beginning, but you're able to overwhelm that with the Asurani arrivals, which allows you to spend your influence to increase your growth rate. And then later in the game, you'll get Transcendent Bliss, which allows you to spend your influence on your cities and increase the loyalty. So those can be huge boons for you later on. When your units do die, you will get a refund of some energy to help boost your economy, but that's never a good sign if you have to start sacrificing your own guys to boost your energy production. Their main claim to fame is they get to do hit and run tactics, so a lot of their units you can actually attack and then move. So that allows you to allow damaged units to even get a final volley off before they can retreat to start healing. And then they have the Ancient Doom, so what that means is when they're fighting Chaos, they'll have increased accuracy, but they also take bonus damage against Chaos. So Chaos you have to be careful with, because they can do surprising amounts of damage to your units using that Transcendent Bliss passive here. And then, so with that, I think we'll get started on the campaign here. We'll watch the opening cinematic and try to get our quest victory. And again, everybody is set to the extreme loyalty. So let me just verify. It should be, yep, looks like it's all good here. And then the only mod I'm going to use is the Too Many Voices. I find that some of the other mods, while I do like them, they can change the basic gameplay, and if most people aren't going to use those, then I'll just use the Too Many Voices. But that's one I definitely recommend everybody use, because it's just such a nice mod. They did a really nice job with it. It'll sit there and read the stories to you with pretty good voice acting, and then it'll also give you some some auditory indications with the technology as well. Now I'll still read the back lore of the technology we unlock as well, so you can get an idea of what that is, but otherwise, let's get this party going.
We were born into the war in heaven. The war with no victors. Yet, we survived. We thrived. We ruled for uncountable eons. This galaxy was ours, and we threw it away. In an excess of hedonism that tore reality apart, we birthed a dark god, into whose maw our people leapt. We are but the lingering mote of a golden empire. We will burn that flame brightly as long as we can. We have carried it to Gladius Prime. There, the schemes of fate meet. There is woven our future. There, we will solve its mystery.
Alright, welcome back. Let's see what we can do here. This is actually a pretty rough start, but maybe we can do it. I mean, we are corner camping. The issue is we're in the middle of the desert, so that's going to be tons of energy, so that won't be a problem, but we're going to be short food, which we're going to need for our cities, and we may be short a little bit of ore as well. Now, a while ago, a subscriber did tell me that, hey, you should use some of your overlays to play around with, and he gave me some keys, but they weren't working. But I figured, let's go through and see. And so the default is actually Control-Z, and then you can see the overlays of all the resources. So he's like, hey, I never see you use this. It's like, well, it's good I didn't know that was a thing, actually. I'm a little embarrassed to say. But yeah, that is actually really nice. So if you want to have that in anywhere that you're going, now it's a little bit too busy, so I can't even tell where my units are. But if you're trying to make some plans and curious what the building sites are and things like that, definitely Control-Z will help you. I'm going to take this so we can get that ore going right away. Ooh, and that's actually plus 10 food. So I guess that means we're going to build Isha's gardens right away. And then, let's see, that's 3. This is 10 and 10. So I'm guessing these are going to be the least unremarkable locations. So probably going to take one of these just to be for our general production. And maybe we'll do one of these too for our just general energy. Yeah, that makes the most sense to me, I think. So let's do that.
Militia, ready to fight.
Nice. That's huge. Alright, well with that, I think we're going to have to rush some heroes, because that's like the equivalent of a research building. So we'll get the Shrine of Cain. Got quite a few guys down here. This could actually be bad, because if they decide to attack me, they'll knock me off of this area. I think that between the two of them, they could practically kill me.
The Black Council of the Black Library sent a messenger to us on our isolated Craftworld. A silent solitaire who laid alien cards before me. The Imperial Tarot, the Emperor, the Ace of Swords. An Imperial colony then, I thought. As if in response to my thought, the solitaire spread an array near all the deck, entangled and enmeshed. War, I thought. Total war. Then a final 3 atop the pile. The Blind Seer, the Lord of Swords, and the Lightning Tower. That is myself, I said, distracted. And this? What is this? In asking, I doomed myself. All my kind know that you do not question a solitaire and live. But questions of such importance demand answers. We closed the great doors on my Craftworld and kin then. The solitaire performed for me alone, and I learned of the 100th sword of Vol on Gladius Prime. The skeins of fate spelled my death, of course, but augured a slim chance of securing the sword, whatever it is. That was within our power, and worth my loss. Yet the moment I stepped through the Webway gate, I sensed the wrongness of this world, this Gladius. It teemed with life. Half the galaxy's races were here. Yet war saturated its surface. It was the bloody-handed god's place. So I sent word to the Craft Worlds for one of his own. An autarch.
Alright, so we gotta get the Shrine of Cain upgraded. Make it. And then produce an autarch.
All Aeldari must fight. We fear not the foe. What are your orders?
Alright, well. Let's bring you
That
guys
position
down,
shall
I
be
guess. I could try to kill that guy, but these guys are so squishy. I thought I built that. Maybe not. They're so squishy that if I take damage on the Overwatch and the other one decides to come punch me in the face, he could actually kill me, guys. Because these guys cannot take a hit for their life.
We may now summon forth the Shrines of Cain.
Alright, though Asaran was the chief deity of the Aeldari, his brother Cain was his match in power. All warriors devote themselves to Cain, with those who are lost on the path of war becoming his exarchs and autarchs. In contrast, those who lost on the path of the seer become farseers, unable to return to the other paths they may have walked, and the Aeldari do not consider the sacrifice of freedom for power worth.
All Aeldari must fight.
I guess we're gonna come over here and take that.
It will be as you command.
Get you over here. Get the greater ingress. We are gonna have to do some killing though, because these guys reinforcing themselves is gonna be a problem. Because I can't have them double attack me, or they will kill my units.
We fear not.
Ah, you bastard.
Where does the Craftworld need us?
Alright, let's see what happens there. And then I guess we're going to build you here. Yeah, our research is so slow.
here. We fear not the foe. Aeldari, attack!
Okay, good. So I'll take those guys out. And I guess we're going to start doing some shrines. And then hopefully...
We may now summon forth our greater ingress.
we can take some of these areas. So this extension to the Webway portal allows larger vehicles access to Gladius Prime. Without it, the Aeldari forces would just be infantry and jetbikes, though enough for a Harlequin troop or a Baelton vanguard, perhaps, but not for a true war effort. Let's take that back.
That position shall be
Nice. Alright, so those guys are down. Probably gonna have to heal, but I don't think those Gene Stealer boys, Neophyte Hybrids, should be enough to be able to kill our guys. Pretty close, though.
Attack! Guardians attack!
Alright, let's run you back. Hopefully those guys won't come down and kill you. That's always the fear, though.
We may now summon forth ghost holes.
That's pretty lucky, because they would have killed me if they would have attacked me. The Asaran was dying, consumed by Slanesh. As Asaran was dying, consumed by Slanesh, he blessed the Aeldari. He gave them long life and great psychic power, but he also doomed their fertility. Over time, the Aeldari numbers have dwindled until now, when the great halls that once housed millions only house thousands. Here on Gladius Prime, the ghost halls provide a taste of luxurious Aeldari living for those not fighting in the field. Alright, let's pull you back. And you're going to have to heal here, and we'll get you there. Alright, well, I mean, if nothing else, we kind of carved a little bit of a corner out. Maybe I can keep pushing. Hopefully, if this is all water here, then I can start working on a base. Because I may actually need that, given how slow our expansion is thus far. Where's my... there's some wireweed here. I don't know if I necessarily have to rush that. Maybe we get Transcendent Bliss instead. But yeah, I'd like to get my hero out, because then I can get this Scroll of Magnus on his inventory.
All Aeldari must fight. Quickly, our king need us.
But yeah, we're really dragging ass here. I mean, it's turn 9 and we're not even out of tier 2 yet. You can definitely feel the difference in your efficiency when you don't have that 20% research boost coming with your Vols here. And I don't remember if I said this or not, but I use Cheat Engine to speed up the turns. So if you're wondering why my guys are moving a little bit quicker than the standard speed, that's what's going on there.
Remember why we fight, my fellow kin.
The life of an Aeldari is infinitely richer than that of a human, given their tremendous sensitivity, intellect, and intensity of feeling, and sometimes it takes shared moments of that bliss to remind the Aeldari that what they're fighting for in the dark universe. Alright. Oh, I don't have enough influence. And now I'm going to be building something that's going to lower my influence. Alright, well, let's get the loyalty up. Actually, it's going to take so long to get that going, we might as well get the food. That way. We can at least get a little minor buff while things are working.
Where does the Craftworld need us?
Alright, so you're back up. So let's keep running you over here. And then you are going to be getting that. And we're going to need at least another level until I can get the altar going. But that will also get us most of his influence costs reimbursed. And this will also get us some more food as we kind of break down this way. What we got here?
The gardens bristle with cultivations. We shall most certainly not go hungry.
So intensely do Aeldari feel that even their basic foodstuffs are works of art cultivated by craftsmen that have spent a millennia perfecting their cuisine. With a wider range of ingredients and seasonings, they can work miracles with seemingly simplest foodstuffs.
At your command, where does the Craftworld need us?
Alright. And now I can finally get an Altarch, which will allow us to do our objective. And then we are going to need to start building our production, or our ghost halls. But hopefully some of these cities over here.
We answer the call. Guardians advancing. We must not hesitate. Onwards.
I was kind of hoping it was going to have some research. Alright, well, I guess we're going to do this one. And then this should allow us to complete our Chapter 1 today. Or at least Part 1 of Chapter 1. See, look at this, it's already turned 14.
The Autarch arrived, his far-seeing eyes already judging the maps and simulations presented to him. He laughed, half with despair, half with delight. I miss that laugh now.
Enslavers! Orcs! Devils! Seer, I declare we shall have to fight every creature that ever graced a Deathworld's forecourt. With whom shall we dance first, do you think? Perhaps the Tau?
I indicated the grey-black spheres in the hollow, and his face fell.
Umbra. Why am I not surprised to find them here?
I didn't remember that we were supposed to kill an Umbra.
We answer the call. Guides us to battle.
Let's see here. Increases the melee attack. Alright, let's do that. And yeah, that doesn't really help much. I was kind of hoping that...
What are your orders? Direct us.
Ooh, I hope they're not going to kill you.
My insight?
Hopefully not. Alright, build 2 of those. Well, probably just 1. Oh, I forgot to give them the scroll magnets, damn it. Alright, Drukhari are over there. The Craftworld's up here. Umbra's up there.
We may now summon forth the cairns of Ulfanesh.
Elnesh was the first Aeldari. He and his kinsman Ulfanesh were 2 of the greatest heroes of Aeldari mythology, battling the new people's enemies alongside Cain, the god of war. Eventually, the two heroes fell out, and Olanesh went on his own way. But when Cain killed Olanesh in rage, Olanesh fought alongside his kinsman's house against the god, and became proverbial for his loyalty.
Artisan of war.
All right, get that going.
The cry of the wind is upon you.
We can attack here.
We must be fleet of foot. We fear not the foe.
Guess let's move you up to here, and now you should get the experience as well for that kill. Alright, let's get the bones chantry, because once I get that, then I want to start getting some cities, because I can start making the production a lot faster. Get cities up and running. Because I'm going to have to get multiple cities going to be able to expedite our situation here. I don't care about that. But, yeah, see, we don't have tons of research is the problem. We still don't even on this new city over here. Doesn't even actually have very much for food over there either. Because that's going to be a major... What the hell is that? Shit, we got orcs over here. So that's gonna be potentially problematic for us.
Make haste, Guardians.
An insightful course of action.
Well, that'll help us with our influence a little bit. I was thinking, oh, I'll just make a city here, but if the orcs are coming up here, that may not really be feasible. No, they're over here. I mean, because we can see that, so maybe that means they won't be coming this way. That would be good. I think that's playing by fire by getting that, so maybe we'll try to come up this way and see what the situation is until we can get something that'll be a little bit stronger here. But I can't keep dilly-dallying because my research is so low. Should probably kill these guys too. I don't know if they'll run down there and aggro the orcs or not.
What are your orders?
Attack!
Alright, good.
I shall hold the tip of the spear.
That position is now the ours.
And then you're there.
Direct us.
You can come over here and take that. You've leveled. So I just don't know if he's really going to be getting much for kills without being upgraded, so maybe we just give him command to increase the accuracy of the infantry that are around him. And that will allow us to keep fighting. We've got one turn. How many turns is that? 3. If I build this, then I'm just going to cut down my influence to 1, which does not feel great. But I also kind of hate to waste a turn not producing anything. But I really need to get that tan tree up and running. So it's a little bit of a kick of the dick there, since we already have it's kind of stalling out. Now hopefully between the Altarch and 2 Guardian squads I might be able to kill an Umbra. It's going to be a badass battle though. Kind of like these guys to be leveled up. As you can see, I've been doing all this fighting.
We may now summon forth Bone Singers Chantries.
And even with all the fighting, my guys are barely level 2, whereas every unit that the AI makes is a level 5 to start out with, so you can get an idea of the differential between the strength. So the Chantry, many of the paths the Aeldari walk in their long lives are non-violent indeed. Most are, for the Craftworld Aeldari, those who rejected the hedonistic lives of their peers for one of contemplation. Bone Singers are artisans who psychically manipulate Wraithbone into the structures and machinery that the Aeldari use.
Ready to command. I am ever ready for war.
Let's get you up here.
Guardian militia, ready to fight.
And And maybe let you heal for a turn. And now the Chantry. I'll get you here. That will be 4 turns. That's what I was worried about, as it was going to take a long time. And then we'll get the increased tile acquisition. What do you mean I discovered an Astra Militarum city? Oh, over in the corner there. Interesting. So maybe the Drukhari and the Astra Militarum are going to be fighting each other. We can see Chaos, Eldar over there. You know there's battles there. Yeah.
Master of many aspects. I am ever ready for war.
Guardians advancing. We fear not the foe. Engaging the target.
Alright. Well, I could pull you back a little bit. But I don't know if I really have to. Hopefully I can run down these cultists. But then I'm going to have to pull back and heal. Because those melee boys can certainly put the hurt on me.
All Aeldari must fight.
Alright, so they're down.
This world is not yours
You
to
drop
take.
those guys.
This path is no stranger to me.
This dance is one of death. We must be fleet of foot.
And then hopefully that will allow you to be trapped in there to kill this guy, and then we're going to have to just pull back, I think. Hopefully the enslavers don't come over here, because that could be bad. It's interesting that they're over here, though, because usually they're guarding a relic, but I don't really see a relic over here. Oh.
This area shall suit our needs for now.
The reason I'm sighing is there's a cyber priest there. That means there's castellans up there, which means I'm not going to be able to push any further in this direction, because this seems to be pretty lucrative for us. So despite the millennia they've spent drifting the stars, some rangers of the Craftworld Aeldari have passed time on the Exodite worlds and Maiden worlds and have learned how to establish life planet-side by growing food and constructing their Wraithbone buildings in the ancient ways.
This can only be achieved through war. That position shall be ours.
Alright, well, you guys just pull back.
From the sky comes deliverance.
Increase your attacks
You
here.
require my insight.
Oh, I forgot that's a free action, so I probably could have been killing guys with this guy using that ability. It's a bit sloppy, but I guess I had forgotten that that was a thing. Alright, let's get this going to increase the efficiency of the Bone Singer Chantry. And then I think it's going to be time to hopefully start expanding to get some new cities going. I think that's actually a city edge, because I'm trying to debate, do I build my cities here? But if that's where his city is, if he's building any aircraft, which he most certainly will be doing in the little bit of time, that's going to get it exposed. So maybe trying to come up here will be safer. Yeah, there's clearly battles happening right up this way. So yeah, we'll pull these guys back, and maybe if I can get this under lockdown.
We fear not the foe.
Yeah, see, there's a freaking Umbra that I gotta kill.
Leads us there.
Onwards then, to the
But our guys are just too beat up right now. But we got a nice little corner here for sure. And if I do get a little bit of an army, I come over here and can take out part of this orc base, and that'll give me a little buffer zone to be able to keep pushing. But unfortunately, that typically means this is the orc base, main base, which is not typically going to be very easy to kill. Unless somebody were to come over here and attack them anyways.
We answer the call. We are as capable as any warrior. We must be fleet of foot.
Alright, good. Oh, we got -2 loyalty. I don't know how that happened, but let's get this up and running. I guess it's because of my population. I'll let that kind of fall behind, and we'll get that, and then we'll get this, and that should help. And hopefully these guys can heal, and then we can start pushing upwards. I hear killing, but if these guys don't attack here, then maybe I could just take that, because it looks like there's probably going to be a place of Val around
More of
there.
our cherished bone singers come to us in our time of need.
Alright, bone singers are rare and cherished even among the scattered Aeldari, but they have come in numbers to the Farseer summon to capture this unique planet for their dying race. Nice.
That position shall be ours.
Heal,
We fear
heal.
not the foe.
Alright, that should really help us. So let's go back here and start getting a little bit of our expansion research now. Because unfortunately it's going to take us influence to start making cities. So I don't want to waste it unnecessarily founding these cities. Yeah, I just think that's too dangerous, but hopefully we can get up here. But we definitely got to heal.
The paths reveal themselves more clearly now.
Only the Harlequins and the custodians of the Black Library truly know anything of the Webway trans-dimensional layout, but by gifting us a portion of that knowledge pertaining only to this world, the librarians have ensured we can reopen these ancient gates with ease. Alright, let's just put you on hold ground, and then we are looking for this that gives us the ability to found new cities once we've activated the Webway gate. These guys are going to take at least 2 more turns to heal up. Yeah, the problem with this is that even with the 3, I'm not going to be able to get over here. I mean, I guess what I can do is just use the 20% research to help me, but dang, I gotta get this research going. Naturally, there's multiple Gene Stealer boys up here. So I'll have to use the Altarch to soak up their Overwatch. Unfortunately, next turn's when their Return to the Shadows ability is going to be back up. So that might mean I have to wait another turn, because otherwise I'm not going to get the kill. Which I definitely would like to.
They shall not find us unprepared.
Alright, to preserve the ancient Webway gates on Gladius, the Aeldari know that they must protect them. These rapidly constructed redoubts provide some defenses, drawing the Webway's limitless power to devastate any enemy foolish enough to venture near.
We fear not the foe.
Alright, now let's get you up here.
This world is not yours to take.
Fire Guardians! Where does the Craftworld need us?
Alright.
The Craftworld
I guess
needs
we'll
us
move you
there.
up to here. And then we'll kill these guys and then come over here and take out that Umbra, hopefully. Alright, what do I want to do next? Well, you're one of the 20, so I guess well, no, actually. I think we got to go with the ore instead. Especially if I'm going to be making another city. Now the thing is this one doesn't have any negative food traits. So that may actually be where I want to put my next food locations. Which means this is where I want to put my ore. So let's do that. And then if I'm going to start making the ore, let's get the extraction efficiency to increase our ore production. Alright, so that sounds like Tyranid attacks over here.
We are as capable as any warrior.
I shall be the tip of the spear.
We must not hesitate. Onwards.
Alright, those
All
guys are
Aeldari must
down.
fight. Fire Guardians!
Alright, those guys
At your
are
command.
almost down. And let's just start focusing on ore production here. Yeah, see, 3 turns. I just hate to be using this already. I think we have to reduce that cost, and then I will. Alright, we'll have to see what this Umbra does. I assume he's just going to run away. Trying to remember, yeah, they have 6 armor, so that means they reduce. They get 50, so pretty much an 88% armor damage reduction. And they can do potentially up to 12 damage.
Our mineral extraction processes have been enhanced.
The Aeldari require metals less than other races, given almost all of their structures and vehicles are psychic energy made tangible in the form of wraithbone. But for the small amount they need, there are always improvements.
Autarky.
Oh, that's actually not bad. The altar could use that.
Is yours.
All Aeldari must fight. Direct us.
Let's run
We
you
have a new
back.
goal now.
Run you over to here, I guess. And what do I want to do next? I mean, I don't really have the resources. Oh yeah, we are going to reduce the cost of the summons, because I guess I'm going to have to start doing that if I'm going to build another city too. I'd really like to secure this area, but it looks like they've just got so many damn guys over here. But at least here, I can use this as an influence city, because I don't exactly have a lot of influence at my current location. So that may actually be pretty beneficial. Problem is I just don't know what he has for forces over here.
Activating Webway gate.
Yeah, so that means they're up to... Ooh, shit. We got
Guardian
enslavers.
militia, ready to fight.
Let us go. Children of Assyria.
We answer the call.
Alright, you come
Guardians
here.
advancing.
I don't think the
Guardians
Umbra is
advancing.
going to come and attack you, but I guess we'll find out. And then these guys only have a range of 2, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely battles happening over here.
Ready to command.
Make haste, Guardians.
Alright, you're
must
coming
not
here.
forget.
You're
Onwards.
coming over here. And you are going to be escaping to
Cry of
here.
the wind is upon
Because
you.
I need you to stay alive. And you are up to 11. So let's take a look here. That's some energy. Our food. Oh yeah, the food was what we were going to be working on. And this was the only Oh, but I'm almost out of influence too. So once I do this, I'm going to be negative influence. Well, it's going to take a while for us to get the food up because of the resource situation. So I guess the question is, do I need more energy or do I need more ore? And I feel like we got both, so we might as well just come down to here, because that'll be closer to the research, which we'll eventually need. And hopefully these enslavers just don't come down here and punch the Altarch in the dick, because then we're gonna die. Although he could also just come down here and kill my guardians too. Man, I thought I was finally pushing out, and then they're knocking me back. And I again forgot to equip my guys, so I could have given them a little more armor penetration. Yeah, I may have to just get a small little army going to help me here.
All Aeldari shall heed our call for aid.
My word is more than mere advice. It is the imprecation filtered through the consciousness of our storied dead, striving to bring one iota of order to the disordered universe. Our race understands that and listens only to my word, not as that of a dictator, but that as an attentive student. Alright,
Ready to command.
well,
The Craftworld
pull you
needs
guys
us
back and we'll just try to heal for a little bit. And if they wanted to bless me with following me down to let me attack, that would be great. That would be infantry armor. I don't know if I really need that. Increases the research output of spirit. Oh man, I am about to build those, I think. When's my next? Oh, it's not till tier 9 that I get the next upgrade for my distances. Okay, that's problematic. Well, let's get it. So I'm just going to have to start increasing our research because this is just taking too long. Yeah, see, these guys are expanding over here, so holding off on getting those 2 webway gates until we can do something here. But we will have access to gates up here, so I think this is going to work out real well once I can get our stranglehold here. But I think we're probably going to just need to get some more guardians at this rate to help me expand, but then I just don't have the food.
Deactivated. The universe is a better place without their logic and horrifying inhumanity that results from it.
Alright.
I am ever ready for war.
Direct us.
I guess the other option is, do I get... Well, I don't really have the influence as a problem.
Artisan of war.
was going to say the other option is, do I get a spirit singer or a spirit seer to help us with the healing? That's actually what I think I need to do. Let's stop that. Let's get the spirit seer so she can start healing. And then that should help us push forward. Because we're just wasting so much time not being able to push because of this healing. Now, because we haven't gone a great distance, it's fine to be a little slow, but yeah, this is not acceptable how slow my advancement is, and we're stalling because we don't have the research. Because usually if you have research going, it doesn't really matter because you're pushing through, but because we only have 22 research, that doesn't make a lot of sense either.
We are as capable as
But yeah,
any warrior.
I need to be expanding is the issue.
Quickly, our kin need us.
Alright, we're getting to be net positive again, which is good. Then we're going to have to build an energy generator, which we'll have resources for here. And then I think it's time to do the food. Yeah, see, there's the Castellan.
Spirit seers shall convey us the wisdom of our precursors.
The spirit steer has a dual existence, caught on the cusp of life and death. The power of life he delivers to the ghost warriors of the Craftworlds not only by placing the spirit stones that animate them within the wraithbone shells, but by using his psychic powers to enhance and invigorate them during battle. The gift of death he brings to those who threaten the Craftworld. The simple gesture from a spirit seer can see his enemies assailed by the lithe, powerful constructs that are all but indestructible, each immortal hero burning with a cold malevolence from beyond the grave. Alright, let's get one of those. That's going to put me under net negative influence, though. Alright, well, so is this. So, shoot. Now we're back up to +2. So what do I want to do? I guess let's just put you here. And I guess we're just gonna... Yeah, I think what I have to do is just reduce that
We welcome
cost.
all who seek to provide their aid.
And that'll help us
All Aeldari
expand our
must fight.
cities. Yeah, I would like to get the avatar, but... Yeah, I guess we can do this. That'll help us fight the Umbra, I guess. And that would also help the War Walkers and Wraith Knights, so I guess let's do that since we're not getting the Black Librarians anytime soon. Alright, so I think we're going to be bringing this episode to a close here. So next time we'll come up here, we're going to start capturing this stuff. We're going to start getting in a bit of an army, because we need to be pushing, and we need to be getting our cities going. We're stalling out. I'll build some influence buildings here to help us with our expansion, and we're just going to have to kind of go back and forth a little bit here. Did I just see something zoom across there? Alright, let's get this going, and then we will build these influence buildings. And I think we're just going to need to start getting some research here as well. And that may not actually be terribly bad. So maybe actually what we'll do is we'll build another Shrine of Cain. And then we'll finish it off with one of those. And that should be a nice little boost to our economy here. And afterwards we'll need to come up here to get the food. So we have about 2 turns for that to be ready. Then we have 1 more turn for our Spirit Seer to be here. And then if we come up here, yeah, see, this is all influence. Still no research, but definitely an influence location, so that'll help us with our influence situation, although once we get that expanded, that'll help us too. But yeah, no food. This is definitely a foodless area for us. I'm also curious to know what's going on up on these areas, because if I could get this going up in that corner, that could potentially be really nice as well. But we need to push against that Umbra and just keep doing some killing. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.